Okay, I've already done 2 lots of washing and hung out. That was my first lot there. I did some swimming towels from our water fight and everything. Although they were dry because we hung them on the line, I decided to wash them. Got white bath mat and a flannel that our granddaughter used, plus so that's our son's pyjamas. I've stripped his bed. Bedding's on there, it's about dry, and I've also washed his blanket, which is about to go out now, and I've also stripped our bed, which the bedding is now going in the machine. So I'm keeping the washing going. I don't know about anybody else, but when it's nice like this, I wash anything and everything I can get my hands on that needs washing. Okay, so I've got our son's blanket out. It's that light sheepskin fleecy type one on one side and the grey velvet on the other. By the time the washing machine is finished with our bedding, that lot should be dry and I can bring that in. I'm not sure if I'm putting that straight back on his bed or putting a different set on. I shall see. Right, so I've just put another lot of washing out in my bedding, the main bed, and there's hubby's pyjamas. It has actually clouded up quite a bit, so I'm hoping to get this lot dry. I know the weather's supposed to be breaking up, but I understand it's not till the middle of the week, so I'm hoping to get this lot hopefully dried. I think I may put the same bedding back on the beds. I'll see. I am doing our son's bed and putting that back on due to the fact I love it when I can wash it, hang it out on the line, get it dry and put it straight back on the bed. I love when bedding has been hung out on the line and put back on the bed. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I've got our son's bed made. It's a bit lumpy, but it's getting quite warm up here. So I haven't sort of ironed, sort of got out all the lumps and that, so I'll get one of the guys to help me when they come in. Sometimes, do you know when you have that moment where you think, oh God, I can't do this? I've done it, and obviously I've done our bed as well, so yeah, it's quite tiring making 2 double beds, and that's his blanket that really could probably put away, and his clean pyjamas. So yeah, I'm quite happy I got that done. As I said, yeah, look at the lumps in it. Never mind, we'll smooth that out later, but at least it's made. Yes, I had more success with our bed. There's no lumps, not so much, maybe a couple of creases, but I put the same bedding on. And yeah, as you can see, I've got a water bottle there, and I've also got my glass of Coke there. As I said, I still have a little bit of Pepsi Max due to the fact that if I stopped all caffeine, I get headaches. I have put the blanket here. I haven't put it away yet because I'd like to try and wash it. The only problem is it gets heavy when it's wet. So really and truly I should do it when the guys are home. But as they both don't get in till 6:30, 6ish, sometimes later than that, I think it will be too late to do it. So I might try and see if I can do it without dragging it on the floor. But once it's washed, it normally gets washed about Easter time, and then it gets put away. It's just that, as you know, if it's not been on, it's rolled down the bottom. But normally this sort of time of year, if not before, it's then folded up once it's been washed and put away. It goes in the top of that wardrobe. I've just got shorts and t-shirt of hubbies that need washing from the weekend, but I want to get that done. But this will probably tomorrow. That's why I haven't put it away. You know, I said I don't like leaving clothing, but these I probably will just hang up behind our bedroom door, but I'm just leaving that here because it's too hot. What's been happening is we've been just rolling the duvet down and just leaving it, you know, not having any quilt on. But as you know, I normally leave some form of blanket. I might get a very thin blanket out and just leave it at the bottom of the bed, because sometimes instead of having the quilt, we just have a lightweight blanket. That's why I left our son's folded up on his bed. Again, the sun's come out again. It's getting to even time. Got the washing in previously because it clouded over. So yeah, I'll probably finish doing my paperwork. Can't really share that too much due to the fact that it is private, but I might just show you the cabinets that I store the paperwork in. Right, as you can see by today, it's supposed to have been a laundry day. Very pleased with what I got done. It wasn't an awful lot, but I found pieces I could do sitting down like I'm in the games room at the moment. Main times I come in here, maybe to straighten up. Sometimes I join the guys gaming. Other times it's to do paperwork and things. So I'm sorting some paperwork out. Sometimes I come up here to do it. Sometimes I do it in the lounge. It depends, but it's easy here because I do have 2 filing cabinets, and yes, I'm guilty of paperwork. Now, I'm going to show my age here because late 80s and early 90s, before I started our family, I did work in an office. And back then, an awful lot of paper, especially as I worked my way through, dare I say, the ranks. And I started as a filing clerk and then worked myself up. In the office. By that stage, I was still an anxious person, but I didn't have the anxiety and panic attacks like I do the last, I would say, anything up to 10 years. And I say 5 years ago it got really bad, but it's under control. You know, I'm not saying it's completely stopped, but I've brought this up a number of times. But I am really, really guilty of paperwork, and I know a lot of it is paperless now. And yeah, we do get on, you know, messages on email and everything. But occasionally you get quarter bills or just a printout of what's been debited. I do that because we do rent a garage, as her son does, because we haven't got a garage adjoining our property. If you've seen video of our home, I should say, up from the outside, you can see no garage, but we do rent garages. I have one, or I should say hubby uses it because I don't drive, haven't driven for a few years now, and our son has one, so we do get statements regularly, and if that changes and things like that, and I do file them away in envelopes, folders like so, because I don't think I've ever actually explained this, but I am actually going. See, I'm trying to not say actually, you know, and I have got a lot of stuff. Now in here, I'm just sharing this because it's in alphabetical order, and it does have America because I do have an American friend, part of a large family. She came over with her father and family and her sisters, for a secondment, that's the right term, because he was actually a reverend, and I got to know her and we clicked straight away. Personally, I was, because she started in my class, I think I was about 9 or 10 when I met her, and I actually sort of shown her around the school and everything. We got really, you know, friendly, because where I was living at the time when I was little, our house, our home then, was right next to the school, so often she used to come after school and get picked up by her parents because they lived the other side of town. I stayed over. I remember being shown, I think that was the first time I actually ate pizza. We didn't tend to have pizza then, and it was homemade pizza, homemade lemonade, cooler, or something like that, I think, and popping candy, you know, a lot of different things I was introduced to, which we didn't have in this country. But this one is American because it has got, say, you know, communication from my friend. So yeah, so I've got America. That's just a sort of what I'm saying. And yes, I'm really guilty of paperwork. This is something I bought for hubby, and I really wish I could get a second one. This is vehicle document file, and I can't really show you this because it's very private. But if I turn that over, it gives you sort of, so there's no private details like that. Sorry for the glare. And I couldn't get a second one. I tried really hard. to get another one of these, and I couldn't. I might actually research it on Amazon. I didn't get this one from Amazon. If I remember where I got it from, I'll put it down below. Lakeland, is it called? The shop that does all the pots and crockery. I think it's Lakeland, if that's right. They used to have the catalogues, but once or twice we've been to places, and I think this could have been Coventry, where, I'm sure it was Coventry, don't quote me on that, where we actually visited one of their stores. I've been a couple of places where they've actually had the stores that you could go around, and I really, at the time we only had one vehicle, and I really wish I'd got, well, I need two more actually, because I would like one for our son, but it has all the proper documents in the main documents. Something we do keep a lot of, although again, some of it now is done online, is documentation for the cars. We still have service books for vehicles and everything, so we do like them punched and everything. And any work, I really do, most of the time I think they do ask, and a lot of people do still want the paperwork for you know, any work that's done on the car, especially you know, guarantees. We do only usually use 2 garages, so you know, we sort of depend on what needs doing on the vehicles and that, and who's available, sort of thing, because our son works at a garage as well, goes to wherever. So you know, you get to know the people, although the staff change over the years. We do have certain rapport with certain garages, as you do with, I think, any tradesman, and you like to stick with what you know, if you know what I mean. It is word of mouth and everything. And yes, Jackie, I have got a different, hubby says, how many water bottles and water containers have you got? And I'm addicted to them. And this one is a larger one due to the fact it seems hot today. Well, it's been hot for a few days. And it's not juice, this is actually water. Let me just close this up and I'll try and show you. There we are. It is actual water, but it's got colour going down on the outside of the bottle, or just inside, because it's a 2-1, if you can see that, with the glitter. But it is actually water, it's not juice. I'm trying, as I said, I do drink a hell of a lot of water. I'm trying to only have a little bit of Pepsi Max, that's to stop headaches. Yes, I could have decaffeinated coffee, but I only have 1 coffee in the morning, unless we happen to be out and about somewhere and visiting, then I'll probably have another one. When I go to Wellbeing Craft Group, I only have 1 coffee with them, being sociable and everything, but normally take some juice or water bottle or something like that. And I am proud of myself because I've cut out sweeteners. Not enjoying my coffee as much, but I haven't had any sweetness for about 2.5 weeks now. And that is, it may not seem a lot to some people. If you have sugar and you've had sugar for years, maybe you could understand this, but sweetness was something I would never drink a drink without sweetener. But 2.5 weeks, maybe that's also why I've cut down my coffee. It's one of those things, I'm trying to stick with it. Hubby said, oh, just have 1, but I don't want to. I'm trying to stay away from sweeteners, because I know they're not brilliant. I know there's some better than others, but because certain foods, and especially like Pepsi Max, has the sweetness in, I'm trying to, you know, cut out somewhere else for health reasons and everything. So I think it's something that if you stick with it, then you get used to it. That makes sense. So as I said, we have got a 2-drawer filing cabinet here and here. And what I'm trying to get round to, coming off the subject, is, yes, normally January time I go through it all, and we used to shred it. We don't shred now, we burn. I've got 2 boxes down here that I've shared, I think previously when I've done a tour of the games room, that holds stuff that needs to be burnt, and it's easier to keep it in one sort of vicinity. It makes it a lot easier. Now, I have got one of our dining room chairs up here. As you know, our games room chair, stroke office chair, the actual leg swivel leg broke. It couldn't be mended. It completely snapped. I would say we had that chair about 20 odd years, so we had our money's worth on it. So I'm missing a dining chair, which is up here. But if you can imagine, if this was our swivel chair, it was easily to swivel, especially as they got like a monitor and everything they need for gaming here. And it's also an extra chair. That's why it's got to be replaced. We do have a sofa in here that we got from eBay. We got it ridiculous price, about £50. It was one of the first things that I think we went out and bought before Marketplace Facebook. Yes, I'm sort of looking at that at the moment because there's certain things, but I haven't found anything myself. But that's where we got the porch awning, which was out on the grass in a previous video. I meant to put a little caption because people might have thought it was a tent or something, but no, it's actually porch awning. Hubby just was laying out. That is actually going to hopefully, providing it's okay, he reckons it's not been used. So that's going up this coming weekend because we are at the farm again. Yes, I know we go away at the moment every 2 weeks, which gives us both a break, especially hubby. Collapse. And yes, I know it seems as though we might work a bit when we're in the caravan, and possibly we do, but dare I say it doesn't feel like work. Even when I'm cleaning the caravan, we've got the TV on. I mean, I don't know what's the difference between cleaning the caravan and say picking on the lounge when we're at home, TV on. I don't know. I think it's because I have more assistants. And oh, sorry, my mind's, I'm going doolally. Does anybody else like that? Very often, you know me, what you see is what you get, and the amount of times I thought, oh my God, I've said the wrong thing, or I've played it back, or sometimes I'm like this. What was that word? What was that word? And yeah, I might put a, you know, sort of split it there and pull it out, because my mind goes a blank and thinking, I know what I'm trying to say, and then after I videoed it, I'm thinking, I know what I meant to have said, or I know what that word is now. But hey ho, it's already uploaded, or I've already filmed it. I'm not going to go through it again. I don't know you YouTubers that do video, and I've done it. You know, after the time, it's happened a number of times where I've been doing something and think I'm videoing. I can see now I'm videoing because I've got the red light on, so I know it's videoing, and then realise about half an hour to an hour later it's not recording. Or I paused it or something for whatever reason, door goes, phone goes, whatever, and then come back and doing something, continuing, especially if I'm doing a craft project, and realised I forgot to press the record button. Sometimes if I'm not going to be long at the door or the phone, I'll leave it, and I've got enough power, I will leave it recording, if that makes sense, because the mountaintop, and just sort of, you know, delete it, because the amount of times I've forgotten to press record again. I'm going to feel an idiot going back over the same thing, and I don't. That's why sometimes you have the wording come in also, you know. Especially when I've got family members. There was that video, we had family members, and we had a water fight and a barbecue and everything. And no, I put some wording in to explain why it suddenly, you know, showed us preparing for our visitors, and then hardly anything, because I wanted to you know, be careful of their privacy and everything, and whether that will change, I think they're getting a bit more lenient now, but as I said, it's their wishes, and I think sometimes you just want to let loose and be silly. And there was a hell of a lot of silliness. Now, silliness, if I remember rightly, is Anne from Crafty Batty's saying, silliness. I'm sure that's where I got that from. I know it's not a new word, but I'm sure she says that a lot. And it's funny how you pick up words or phrases from other people. And I find that, and when my kids were little, I'm going off on one again, it used to be, can you just wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. And when they start saying it back, you think, oh, you know, and things like that. And I've noticed that with our granddaughter. Because I mentioned in the vehicle, in our car, when we had We took her to Russian Lakes. That's when we had her overnight. We took her to Russian Lakes, and we went shopping, and was in the car, and I don't know if it picked up, and I said to Hubby, did I hear her say you guys? I don't think she's allowed to watch our videos, but she might, if I'm doing plural, instead of saying Christopher, Hubby, you know, or Daniel, say guys, you know, if they're both in the same room or vicinity, sorry. But I don't think it's just us. I think it's just in general, and I know it's more of an American term, guys, and I say it an awful lot. And as I said, there's certain phrases and things you pick up. Hubby, as you know, Christopher, because you've seen him a number of times, you probably don't know him obviously personally, some of his ways may come through, is one of these people, is so easygoing. Now, we like chalk and cheese, positive and negative, definitely positive and negative. Here's the positive, I wing it. I'm, dare I say, the negative, trying to get off of that, and a planner. And we try and meet in the middle. Yeah, you might think it causes arguments, it might backwards and forwards, but negotiation, and that's all about married life. Well, any relationship, isn't it? About, you know, finding that medium that works for both of you. And it takes a lot to get Hubby riled up. He's such an easy loving guy, do you know what I mean? Easy going, that way he doesn't lose it. And yeah, got totally off topic, and I'm sorry if you've been bored to tears. I know some of you like my waffling, you know, but yeah, as I said, paperwork here and things like these plastic things that you get from Amazon. I cut it off, put it in the box with our address and everything on. Then I've got a bin here, yeah, bin here, filing cabinet, and place to store stuff that gets sort of burnt from the garden incinerator. And it used to be easier because we used to have a swivel chair. I do apologise, I'm sorry if I bored you to tears. I hate to think how long this video is, and maybe I won't be checking this one. Sometimes I check it in the background, what I'm saying, and I'm sorry. I've been told by my son, Mum, please stop with the hands, and it's like, you know, sit on your hands. But sorry, I've got the camera there, but yeah, I'm like this, you know. But anyway, so I think I might leave it here. I'm not sure if I've videoed. I have finished making our bed. Yeah, probably that's all I've accomplished really. Not much. I've done my planner for this coming week. You know what's coming up and everything. Yes, I do keep plan. I don't think I know I shared the planner as when I've decorated it, but I don't very often share it when I'm writing into it. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. But yeah, I have got things penciled in sort of in my planner, what I plan to do, but I'm not overdoing it just because the heat. And also, yeah, I'm meant to be going, finishing this video, but I do it early. As you know, I'm about 5:30, 5:45, so I tend to do things, especially with keeping the windows open. I had the windows open for a few days with not going out anywhere. But sometimes I get a second wind sort of evening. But we're finding sometimes that the evenings are actually the hottest. But very often, you know, whether it's good or bad, I put laundry away sometimes that I've done during the day, you know, as my last sort of job. But there you go. But anyway, sorry if I bored you to tears, and I understand if you haven't seen the rest of this video. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video and the hands. Thanks for watching, and silliness, goodbye.